Hello everyone and welcome back to another a very exciting and an incredible chess game from 2012 from the Chess Olympiads which was played in Turkey. So let's see what happened in this chess game. Well, in this chess game we have Vladimir Kramnik with the white pieces, the 14th undisputed world chess champion, and his opponent was Levon Aronian, the super chess grandmaster from Armenia, and this was from the Armenian-Russian match. So Kramnik was representing Russia and Aronian was representing Team Armenia. So okay, I think this is a must-see and a very beautiful, an incredible chess game. I saw this chess game and it affected me because there are so many beautiful tactics. You have to see this chess game and understand this amazing chess game. So let's see what happened. Kramnik starts the game with d4 and we have d5 and we have Queen's Gambit declined, Slav defense, knight to c3, knight to f6, c takes on d5, and we have the exchange variation of the Slav defense. So bishop to f4, knight to c6, e3, a6, bishop to d3, g6, h3, bishop to f5, and then knight up, exchanging the bishops, developing the bishop and castling. Both players castled. So placing the rook in the semi-open file. So e6, knight to a4, and knight in, knight up, exchanging the knights, and Kramnik's attack gravitates to c file. So we have doubling the rooks on the c file. So also Aronian is fighting for the semi-open file, rook from f to c8, a3, bishop to f8, prophylaxis, defending the rook, and then f6, knight to d2. A very good move. So Kramnik wants to reposition his knight, and then knight to a5 and knight to c5 is going to be possible. So as you can see, this knight is going to be pinned if capturing the knight on a5. Not now, but potentially. So we have bishop to d6, exchanging the bishops, and then knight to b3. So rook to c7. So this is the position that I was talking about. So in this position, knight to a5 is possible because it is going to exploit this pin. Knight is going to be pinned. So we have, knight to c5 is also possible, but Kramnik played knight to a5 and the knight is pinned. So doubling the rooks, and it is white to move. Well, in this position, I think white can also capture the knight if black plays some nonsense move. So if capturing the knight, then it is going to create eventually two isolated pawns. So in this position, also the computer engine told me that b6 was a solid move. Even though it looks weak, it is weakening the b pawn. The b pawn is going to be weak, but it would stop knight to a5. So we have knight to a5 and fighting for the semi-open file, for the c file, and it is white to move. Now Vladimir Kramnik played an amazing move. What would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? So let me give you a few seconds. If you need, you can also pause the video. Okay, so Kramnik captured on b7. Slashing, dashing chess by Vladimir Kramnik. So rook takes on b7 but else, and then landing on a6 with the queen. And the knight is pinned, attacking the rook. And also white has the control of the c file, plus white created two connected pass pawns. As you can see, it is also looking very dangerous. So even though white is a piece down, white has two connected pass pawns, and plus white has the attack. So defending the rook and defending the knight, and then pushing the pawn, and the pawn is marching and the knight is pinned. So if moving the knight, then queen takes queen. So queen to d7, unpinning the knight, but Kramnik played another very important move and a very strong move. So what would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? Okay, so queen to b6. I hope you have seen this move. Again, Kramnik says your knight is pinned. I'm pinning the knight, but the knight is still pinned, because if moving the knight, then rook takes rook. The queen is also aiming the rook. So queen to e8 by Levon Aronian, and he's still actually in this position. He's a piece up, but white has this very strong two connected pass pawns plus the control of the c-file, so you can't move the knight. But in this position, you might also ask what happens if attacking the queen. What would you do? Actually, in this position, there is a very strong move for white. Okay, capturing the rook. So after knight takes, rook takes, and black is in deep trouble. So queen to b5, and then rook in, defending the queen, and then rook to e7, and rook to c7 is possible. And actually in this position, threatening checkmate in two moves. Rook to c8, queen back, rook takes queen, checkmate. So if queen to d8, then rook from c to c7, and black is in big trouble in this position. So rook check, capturing the pawn, check, and then rook up, capturing the queen. So this is actually all over. This is easily winning for white. Okay, so in this position we have queen to e8, and you might also ask what happens if rook to b7. Then we have something similar. Rook takes knight. So rook takes, and what else? King up, and then pinning and winning. Easily winning for white. Okay, so we have some interesting tactical ideas. But in this position, after queen to e8, we have b5. And now what? If moving the knight, then rook takes rook, and that is game over. So in this pretty difficult position, Aronian tried to capture on d4. Knight takes on d4, he tried this. But then rook takes on c7, but we have knight to e2, forking the king and the rook. After king to h1, capturing the rook, and is this losing a piece? So capturing the rook, queen takes on c8, and it is white to move. What would you do? Did you see the move? So Kramnik is again a piece down, but in this position he has a very strong move. And that is queen to c6, of course. So if queen takes queen, also aiming the knight, as you can see. If defending the queen, we can capture the knight. So if queen takes queen, we can capture with the pawn, and you can stop this pawn because knight is too far away, and also the king. So queen to d8, and if capturing the queen, then capturing back, and this pawn is going all the way. So the knight is too far away, the knight is taking shower. Actually, the knight is in the shower. So knight to d3, and pushing the pawn and promoting the queen. And so after queen to c6, queen to d8 by Levon Aronian. Capturing the knight is possible, which is going to be a very good move and winning for white. But even stronger, b6, and the pawn is marching. Kramnik was not interested. He was not interested in capturing the knight. He is just simply pushing the pawn. And queen to c7 is possible. Pushing the pawn is possible, and then queen to c8. So there are some very pleasant choices in this position for white. So king to f7, but checking the king, and we have king to e8. And of course, you can't capture the queen because of capturing back, and this pawn is going to become a queen. So king to e8, but this is also losing. Stepping aside and then pushing the pawn is next by Vladimir Kramnik. So we have d4 and b7, and Levon Aronian resigned. What a beautiful, amazing chess game by Vladimir Kramnik, the 14th undisputed world chess champion. So let me show you the possible continuation, which is very simple but also quite aesthetically beautiful and instructive. So if capturing the pawn, then we promote the queen, and if capturing again, we capture the queen, check, and then capturing the pawn, and this is easily winning for white. Okay, so there is no hope left for Levon Aronian. And in this position, after b7. If d3, then we promote the queen and pushing the pawn only one move left, but it is very simple. Check, check, and capturing the queen, and then capturing the pawn with check, and black is also going to lose the knight and easily winning for white. White has the queen, and this is game over. So Kramnik, when he sacrificed his knight, he had to see all this. So a pretty deep calculation by Kramnik and a very beautiful chess game. So sacrificing the knight, creating two connected pass pawns, and controlling the c file and torturing his opponent from start to finish. And okay, so I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, and I hope to see you next time with more interactive chess games. Stay safe, take care, and bye bye.